Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome back to my channel. This is Critical Reviews 27, and I have an essay for you. It's called Veganism is Misplaced Virtue. The sentiment of veganism comes from a place that often, especially in the beginning, may be well placed. I cannot kill an animal because it is a sentient being. Now, I'm not going to get into the little qualms and idiosyncrasies that each individual who practices such a lifestyle have. It's not that interesting, and frankly, will expand this video longer than I want to. However, I do want to start with a quote that this belief system reminds me of. The vow of Bodhisattva, which goes as follows, quote, "Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to save them all. Creations are numberless. I vow to free them all. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them all. Reality is boundless. I vow to perceive it all. The awakened way is insurpassable. I vow to embody it all." On the surface level, this is an interesting view, lighthearted and almost good. However, the thought process doesn't work in practice as the movement of veganism becomes an abusive, moral high ground, pushing belittlement of others. And this takes shape as a way of virtue signaling through an exhaustive repertoire of verbal attrition. More directly, instead of preferring a grass-based diet themselves, most attempt to hold a moral high ground based on rich food processes and practices that cannot occur nor sustain outside of rich westernized nations. Whereas in reality, 14.7 and 11.1 kilograms of chicken and pork, respectively, are consumed per capita globally, and most people cannot afford plant-based sustenance for full bodily health. In turn, I mark most in the vegan space as elitists who put down others about the second most basic necessity that sustains life besides water. Without the consumption of meat, many will pass away. And this is a central point to my argument of misplaced virtue. Humans are superior to animals. The equation of us to animals is another absurdity that comes from industrialization and our such far removal from the slaughter, prep, and consumption of animals, which goes to my argument that unfortunately often we treat animals better than we treat each other. The same pseudo-virtuous hang-up does not exist in many parts of the world, and I'd go as far as saying most people in the world don't have these moral proclivities of self-righteousness. Instead, animals are a part of their lives, in many cases providing true value, not as a void to fill their hearts for the lack of companionship and surface-level fake relationships like most do with a dog. Animals are not our friends. We need to mature emotionally and spiritually past our youth, and instead, if you want to be vegan, that's fine. Just don't say I'm a bad person because I like shrimp fried rice. That's all for now, and remember, be kind to one another.